This is the mystery of the Dyatlov Pass Incident, one of the most disturbing, unsolved cases in history. The story began in January 1959, when a group of young Soviet hikers from the Ural Polytechnic Institute set out on a difficult winter expedition across the northern Ural Mountains. This was not a casual trip. It was a high-level, Category 3 expedition, the toughest kind of hiking challenge in the Soviet system. These people were trained, experienced, and used to surviving harsh conditions. The team was led by Igor Dyatlov, a 37-year-old engineering student known for his calm personality and strong outdoor skills. Alongside him were Zinaida Kolmogorova, Rustem Slobodin, Yuri Doroshenko, Georgy Krivonishenko, Alexander Kolovatov, Lyudmila Dubinina, Nikolai Thibault Brignon, and Semyon Zolotaryov. There had originally been a 10th member, Yuri Yudin, but he turned back early due to illness and severe leg pain. That decision almost certainly saved his life. He would be the only one from the expedition to return home alive. In the days before the tragedy, the hikers seemed relaxed and cheerful. They took photos, wrote journal entries, laughed together, and moved deeper into the wilderness. Their final pictures show smiling faces, snow-covered slopes, and the kind of ordinary moments that make what happened next feel even more disturbing. There was no sign of panic, no sign of danger, nothing to suggest that within days, all 9 of them would be dead. By February 1st, the group had reached the slopes of a mountain called Kholat Syakhl, a name often translated as Dead Mountain. The weather had turned bad. Snow and wind reduced visibility, and at some point, the hikers drifted off their planned route. Instead of descending into the nearby forest where they could have found shelter from the wind, they pitched their tent directly on the exposed mountainside. That decision would later become one of the biggest mysteries of the case. Why camp on an open slope in brutal weather when the forest was so close? Some researchers believe Dyatlov wanted to avoid losing time by descending and climbing back the next day. Others think the group was exhausted, disoriented, and simply stopped where they were. Whatever the reason, they cut a platform into the snow, raised the tent, and settled in for the night. That was the last time they were seen alive sometime after dark. Something happened inside or outside that tent. We still don't know exactly what it was, but whatever happened, it was serious enough to make all 9 hikers leave their shelter immediately. When rescuers later found the tent, it was partially collapsed and covered with snow. Inside were boots, coats, food, blankets, cameras, and personal belongings. Almost everything they needed to survive. But the most chilling detail was this: the tent had been cut open from the inside, not from the outside, from the inside. Instead of calmly using the entrance, the hikers had slashed through the fabric, and somewhere between the torn tent on the slope, the footprints in the snow, the fire beneath the cedar tree, and the bodies buried in the ravine, the truth of that night was lost. Maybe it was snow, maybe it was panic. Maybe it was a natural disaster made worse by darkness and confusion. Or maybe the mountain kept its secret, and it never gave it back.